So apparently Joe Rogan has the most popular podcast on Spotify, and he's repeatedly spread COVID misinformation and invited guests on to do the same.
Went from Walter Cronkite basically to this guy Joe Rogan, who believes in dragons. I checked it. He believes in dragons. He believes in dragons.
Did you triple source that?
Yes, I did. And he also thinks that dragons, like I guess like dinosaur type of animals, roam the earth when people.
Normal routine when the show crossed a line it couldn't erase. What began as a small insult quickly became a serious media showdown that sent ripples across daytime TV. The moment shifted when Joy Behar smirked live on air and dismissed Rogan with open contempt. "Trust us," she said, "we're supported by ABC News." Unlike Joe Rogan, who supposedly believes in dragons, the crowd laughed. The panel moved forward, but off camera, the clock had already started ticking. Rogan didn't rage online or send subtle angry posts. He refused to play the outrage cycle. Instead, he responded in the only way that truly matters, through the courts. A $100 million defamation lawsuit landed like a demolition hammer, ripping through entertainment media using subpoenas instead of headlines. This wasn't symbolic, it wasn't a threat. It was a precise, evidence-packed legal strike. Rogan's attorneys accused The View of careless and defamatory on-air conduct.
Yeah, I mean, if we're wrong, we have, the legal note here.
The human legal note?
I don't know. Hey, this is the most important part. This is right after she was saying, we are run by ABC News. You should trust us, not Joe Rogan, who believes in dragons. So she by saying we should trust them because they're double-checked by ABC News, and then making the stupidest f***ing statement. Like, you didn't listen to what I said. Yeah. You didn't listen to what the wildlife biologist, and that's only a part of what he said.
I can't believe
the other
Joy
part of what he
Behar
said was there was something before that where he was explaining encounters with giant.
If you enjoyed that breakdown, remember to hit subscribe. Suddenly, the conversation didn't feel relaxed anymore. Every sentence spoken on that stage now sounded like future evidence. The jokes stopped being jokes. They turned into risks. Goldberg sat stiffly as applause was replaced by a new term, legal liability. The host's confidence shattered once the lawsuit reached national news. What once felt like casual, smug commentary instantly transformed into a full-scale legal emergency. This wasn't a loose accusation hidden in filings. The lawsuit was specific. Episodes, dates, timestamps, exact statements. Every time Rogan's name was used without proof, it was listed clearly on paper. While Joy Behar brushed it off with eye rolls and mockery, Rogan moved quietly. He wasn't showing off. He wasn't reacting publicly. He was collecting evidence. Transcripts, footage, archived episodes. He didn't raise emotions. He raised precision. His legal team simplified the main claim. These weren't opinions. They were presented as facts to millions. In court, that distinction decides everything. Free speech doesn't cover reckless broadcasts once defamation begins. ABC wasn't prepared. Executives rushed behind closed doors, replaying clips they never expected lawyers to inspect. Hours of footage were reviewed with one question lingering in every room. How did this spiral so far online? The backlash exploded. Dragon believers suddenly appeared everywhere.
Is that show has this very specific ideological bubble in which they operate in, and they always bring on a token conservative woman and they yell over her and silence her, and they did that with Meghan McCain, and they did that with what is that other blonde woman from Survivor? Do you remember her, Jamie? She was always yelling. I mean, it's a bizarre show.
And rather than retreat, Rogan doubled down, transforming jokes into tactics and mockery into pressure. Free speech doesn't protect careless broadcasting once it becomes defamation. ABC wasn't ready. Network executives scrambled privately, replaying segments they never thought would face courtroom review. Hours of recordings were examined, with one shared thought: how did this happen? Online, outrage surged. Dragon Believer trended nonstop. What was meant as a quick laugh turned into one of daytime TV's most expensive errors. A $100 million lawsuit doesn't whisper. It crashes through the entire industry. Even longtime fans of The View were stunned. Years of dismissive attitudes suddenly demanded payment. For the first time, the hosts lost control of the story. Joe Rogan wasn't angry or dramatic. He was deliberate. On his podcast, he calmly explained the claims made about him, playing full clips and showing how statements were distorted. No yelling, no theatrics, only context. And that became the real issue for The View. The footage already existed. Millions had watched the segment, laughed at the joke, and absorbed the idea that Rogan was careless or disconnected. That perception became central to the lawsuit, and instead of retreating, Rogan leaned further in, converting ridicule into leverage and jokes into power. Free speech doesn't protect reckless broadcasting once it becomes defamation. ABC wasn't prepared. Executives rushed behind closed doors, replaying footage they never expected to confront.